Hi there, Steve Arterburn here, and thank you for joining me for Going Deeper. Well, we're really going to go into some deep stuff today. The title of this, kind of strange title, is The Pornified Soul. So, before we do that, remind you, got a gift for everybody that's watching. You can get this at stevesocial@newlife.com. Email me your address, stevesocial@newlife.com, and I will send this to you. My way of saying thank you for watching. Also, I would really appreciate it if you'd tell somebody else to tune in and watch. You know these things aren't very long, but hopefully give you one thing to think about. So, I was at a conference and a gentleman was speaking, and he was talking about pornography research. That it's very difficult for anybody to do research in the area of pornography with a double-blind study because there aren't very many young men who have never looked at pornography. And then, of those that have not, there aren't very many who want to be part of a pornography study. And it does seem kind of ethically weird once you understand what pornography does to the soul of a man. But anyway, he said they found these gentlemen that had never been exposed to pornography, and they exposed them to pornography for 3 weeks. That's all. 3 weeks. So what does that do to the soul? Well, it kind of rots it, I would say. It cuts it off from God, cuts it off from other people. I mean, it hurts the soul. And then out of that come all of these other things that are really, in the clinical term, messed up. So here's the deal. A guy that's kind of a normal guy looks at pornography for 3 weeks. All of a sudden, and not like years, but just 3 weeks, all of a sudden he is more accepting of violence against women. Just, that's what pornography does to the soul. A compassionate, loving guy is actually a little less sensitive when somebody commits an act of violence toward a woman. All of a sudden, after 3 weeks of pornography, he's using sexual terms to describe a woman. And so she's objectified. So now she's just a thing you have sex with. That's what happens after 3 weeks. And not only that, but women literally are seen as and treated as objects in the pornified soul. Now, so interesting. The guys that started this study, they said, how many of you guys, officially on the computer, whatever, how many of you guys believe in women's equal rights? 70%, which is kind of sad, it's only 70. But 70% said, yes, equal rights for women. After 3 weeks of pornography, they asked that same question. 25%. See, that's what porn does. Dehumanizes the woman, reduces her value. And now, I mean, it's just so tragic. Only 25% of these guys think a woman is equal to him or is entitled to equal rights. Couldn't be more plainer. Most of the guys think that their partners, whether married or single, are much less attractive after 3 weeks of pornography. And they're less satisfied with who they're a partner with. And then they also have greater desire for sex without any emotional connection whatsoever. That's what they are looking for. So sad, because that just destroys what sex is. There is no intimacy in this kind of sex where there's no emotional connection. But that's what pornography does. It becomes all about me, relief, release, feeling good temporarily. It's just all about me. Nobody else is involved. All right, and so then they have a higher acceptance of sex outside of marriage. It just makes sense because they're not living an authentic life based on biblical values if they're all caught up in pornography. They absolutely believe in sex before marriage. And this is a strange one, they're less desirous of female children. They devalue the female so much they don't want a girl child. And then they have sex before marriage. They believe in that. It's okay. And they're less desiring of the female child, less child-centered, just less about kids all around. And they're more willing to have sex with a 13 to 14-year-old child. And, well, they are sexually attracted, more sexually attracted to children. They're less likely to restrict pornography from children. 58% on the physical side, 58% have erectile dysfunction with a woman, but not at all with pornography. It truly neuters the man. And of course, they're more likely to have affairs and go to prostitutes. Look at this. Here we are. We got this body, but in this body there's this soul. It's not the mind that wants to think and figure things out and perceive. It's not the heart that wants to love and be loved. It's the soul that wants God. And yet this really, all this you can see, erodes and eats away at the soul of a man. So if we're going to ever restore our soul, we have to eliminate all of the inappropriate images, all of the pornography, and we have to lean in to the Lord. So that's my Pornified Soul in Matters of the Soul presentation. If you're struggling with pornography, just go to Every Man's Battle. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Go to Every Man's Battle and get it taken care of. It will change your life. Thanks for joining me, and I'm going to see you next time right here on Going Deeper.